music playing. Get copyrighted. Well, good peoples, welcome back to the
20th, 18th, 19th?
19th, something like that. I don't know.
Might be closer to 20th, actually.
I think it's the 19th. I think we're 19th. I don't know. 19th, 18th episode, whichever. I think it's 19. Yeah, it's 19. 19th episode of Auto Eats and Beats on this lovely Thursday.
Technically, it's Sunday.
Okay, yeah. But, yeah, last week it was way too cold, and we apologize for the short episode, although some of you, such as my father, absolutely love the short episodes and say that our other episodes are too long, but that's fine. Yeah, it was extremely cold. Yeah, I don't know. What did we?
We didn't even mount the camera up.
Yeah, no, we didn't. It was very cold. We couldn't get the camera out. It was too cold. It wouldn't stick. I don't know. What did we talk about last week? We talked about the cars being more affordable. Oh, yeah. The Honda logo and how stupid that is. So, I don't know if anybody's left any comments on that. No, or not yet. But we'll look. But yeah, I don't know. That was just kind of craziness. With that being said, Caleb and I had a little debate going on last night about a specific car and whether or not it's better than other cars and all of this other stuff.
Just mainly if it's affordable. Like, the price of it is just overrated.
Okay, but is it though?
Yes, it is.
Alright, so for context,
I wouldn't pay $500,000 for that.
The car that we're talking about is a Porsche GT3 RS. And Kayla, what was the question that you asked me last night?
Do you think a Porsche GT3 RS is overrated?
No.
I didn't?
No.
I actually thought the price is affordable. Like, do you think the price is overrated?
I don't think the price for it is overrated. Okay, to be fair, I think all car prices are, like, way too high right now. But if you're considering inflation and the fact that all other car prices are super high, then yeah, I think it's perfectly fine. Because you asked me, would I rather have that or my favorite Aston Martin?
Oh, that's $2 million, ain't it?
And yeah, we looked it up. My favorite Aston Martin, besides the James Bond Aston Martin, we're not going there. Like, we're talking about modern cars, is the Aston Martin Vulcan, which is $2.5 million, and it's not even road legal in the U.S. So you would have to spend about $300,000 just to make it road legal. So it was like, yeah, so it's way more expensive. So then, yes, the Porsche is like awesome. It's a reasonable price.
I guess. I could buy a Corvette. 3 of them, basically.
Yeah, but are Corvettes as nice a quality as Porsches? No. Do they drive as well as
I would take
Porsches? No.
I'll take a Corvette over a Porsche.
Over a Porsche?
Yes.
Do you really think the Corvette is going to go around the Nürburgring as well as a Porsche?
Only one way to find out.
I would love to see that.
So like we both got
oh gosh, we should play Gran Turismo and we can put it on the Nürburgring and just drive and see which one's better.
Is it 2-player?
Yeah, I can do 2-player. I've got it. We'll do that after. We'll do that after the podcast. We'll let everybody know how that goes. I'm going to kick your butt in it. But
I haven't played Gran Turismo since my PSP.
I haven't played Gran Turismo since... When did I play? Oh, over Christmas break with my dad and my brother. We played. But yeah, no, okay. So I think the Porsche GT3 RS is like extremely affordable for, a supercar.
I guess. I mean the Corvette C8 ZR1's coming out. That's a good track car. And yeah, what else was coming out? I think we had a list of cars that.
Oh yeah, that's coming out recently. I don't know.
We had
we talked about several of them.
Let me see if
You sent me that thing. See if you can find it. Yeah.
It.
You also sent it to.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Let's see. We said there's a lot of new cars coming out.
Yeah. There were a whole bunch. There was some sort of Mercedes.
Had a Mercedes AMG Pure Speed, the McLaren W1 coming out, the Koenigsegg, the Ford. How you feel about the Ford Mustang GTD though?
I don't know. I'm not really the biggest fan of
We already discussed the Ferrari F80.
Yeah, we did. I mean, my issues with the Ferrari F80 still stand on how quiet it is. And compared to other Ferraris, I don't know. Oh, speaking of Ferraris, good little segue into this. We don't know if this is fully true or not, but there was something that you told me.
Yeah, I think it's all about how the Ferraris 90% of all Ferraris right now are still like working.
Yeah, so like 90% of Ferraris that were ever made are still running.
That's pretty impressive.
Which is crazy. I don't know how true that is. That might actually be something that we should
look more into,
vet and look up for next week, because that's like actually kind of cool.
Sure.
Tell me if 90% of Ferraris that were ever made are still working.
Mm-hmm.
You know that's like top tier.
Oh yeah. So there's over 9% of Ferraris, 300,000 plus vehicles still active on the roads.
There was some guy that I saw. I was reading this thing on Instagram, and I looked it up. There's this older guy. I cannot remember his name to save my life right now, but he bought a Porsche 911, and he said it was the best car he had ever driven. And so he bought it when it was brand new, and he drove it over 1 million miles.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's like the only car he owned after that. So he had cars before the Porsches, right? But then once he got that Porsche 911, he never bought another car because he didn't need one. He was like, "This is great," and I mean, it worked. He was able to drive it over 1 million miles. So I mean, it seems to
do the job.
Yeah. So that's back to the Porsche thing. That's why I think Porsches are really great, and why I don't think the GT3 RS is overrated.
It's still overrated. The price is overrated. Anything else about it is fine. I would just say the price is overrated.
Maybe.
I mean, the price for a Corvette is just perfect. I wouldn't say it needs to be lowered.
I don't know. I'll agree. The prices of Corvettes aren't bad. Now, I think the prices of cars are about to go up a whole lot because of the tariffs.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know. We'll see what
Especially
happens.
overseas cars.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even cars here, because, making all the materials and stuff and buying the materials for other countries, like, what are they going to do if we raise their prices? They're just going to raise, if we charge them more, then they're just going to go, oh, well, we'll compensate and we'll just charge you guys more. So it's like all prices are about to go up, and it's just ridiculous, and nobody understands that. It's common sense, though. But as long as gas can stay under $3, I'll be all right.
What is it right now? So what is that?
$2.98. Yeah, I don't know. It was like $3.12 the other day. It's pretty high. Yeah, in Tennessee, it was extremely high. But yeah, I don't know. This guy's got some cool cars over here.
Nice Mercedes.
He's got several Mercedes.
That one junkyard we just passed had an old Corvette there.
Really?
Yeah.
What year?
I couldn't tell you. It was like behind a couple cars. Also, the back of the thing says Corvette.
Gotcha. But yeah, so what were the other cars that came out? We talked about the Ferrari and the McLaren.
There's another Ferrari coming out.
Another one?
Yeah, the Ferrari.
Oh yeah, isn't that the electric one?
Nah, the Ferrari F80 we talked about. That's the one that has electrical engines. It's also a hybrid. That's Alfa Romeo.
What's the Alfa Romeo? Which one is that?
33 Straddle.
Yeah, the Straddle. That's gonna be a cool one.
Oh yeah, and Aston Martin.
Oh, the Valhalla is finally gonna be like a serious thing. So the Valhalla was originally kind of premiered in James Bond: No Time to Die. If you watch it, I believe it was the Valhalla. I'm pretty sure. Was it Valhalla or Valkyrie that was in that?
I think it was the Valhalla.
I think it was the Valhalla too. I'm pretty sure that's the one that was premiered in Aston Martin premiered it in James Bond, No Time to Die, which was the most recent James Bond movie. Also probably like the saddest James Bond movie. the spoilers that kill James Bond, which is crazy.
Still waiting for a new James Bond movie.
I know. I don't know. Personal opinion, I hope they don't have a woman as James Bond. That just wouldn't work.
I don't think they would do that.
It needs to be a British dude. Doesn't need to be American. Doesn't need
Tom
to be
Holland?
Italian. Doesn't need to be any of that.
I know they said something about Tom Holland, maybe like a younger.
Yeah, but Tom Holland. Okay, if they did a young Bond, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with young Bond. But if they did that, should they do a young Bond movie or young Bond TV show?
I would not want to watch a TV show. Probably just do a movie a little bit. I don't see Tom Holland as a show person.
Fair enough. I mean, okay, even if it's not Tom Holland, like I'm just saying in general, like James Bond, because he's not 007 yet. It's not a 007 movie. It is a Bond movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or show. If they were to do that, it wouldn't be MI6 007, License to Kill. There's no License to Kill. He'd be like a kid, probably before whatever war he went into. So, I don't know. That's kind of a toss-up on whether or not that would happen. I don't know. Good peoples, let us know what your thoughts on James Bond are. I am also a really, really big Bond fan, so I think they should do... I, originally had a problem. I'm so specific about who James Bond should be, that I had a problem with Daniel Craig originally because he had blonde hair, blue eyes. I was like, that's not James Bond. James Bond is a middle-aged... He's not old, but he's not, young. He's middle-aged, white dude with darker hair. And I was like, this Daniel Craig cannot be James Bond. He doesn't fit the description of Bond. And I had, a massive hissy fit over that. I couldn't stand it. But then,
I feel like he was a good Bond,
though. Now he's probably one of my favorite James Bonds. He's
definitely probably one of the best.
I think the best is Sean Connery, but Sean Connery is also the original James Bond, Daniel Craig might honestly be my favorite. It's either Daniel Craig or Sean Connery. They're both very, very good in their own ways.
I Daniel Craig was a good one.
I wasn't a big fan of Pierce Brosnan. I just didn't think he did all that well as James Bond.
It was okay.
Timothy Dalton was iffy. I think Timothy Dalton was better than Pierce Brosnan. Roger Moore was decent. He just wasn't, I wasn't a big fan of Roger Moore. I think Roger Moore was more of, my dad's generation.
Mm-hmm.
Because of just, they grew up. Those were the decades when Roger Moore films were coming out.
Yeah.
Versus, us, we watched Daniel Craig, because that's when he came out. So I think that's just a generational thing. But, I don't know. He did all right. George Lisenby did really well for the one Bond film he was in, on Her Majesty's Secret Service, which is actually a really great film.
Mm-hmm.
He gets a lot of hate for being a Sean Connery lookalike, I guess, or Sean Connery wannabe, but he really wasn't, and he did his own. He played Bond his own way, and he did a really good job of it, or at least I thought he did anyways. I don't know, I could be wrong. That's my opinion, so I guess opinions aren't really wrong or right. But, yeah, I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. Who else has played Bond? Is there anybody? I don't think there's anybody else that's played Bond yet. Yeah, there's not been any other Bonds.
I don't know, Bond movies kind of remind me of Kingsman.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Bond movies better than Kingsman.
I like the Kingsman a little bit. It's pretty good.
Kingsman is good, but it's just not quite the same. For me, Kingsman seems too fake. You know what I'm saying? James Bond, actually, there are more realistic factors in Bond than there are Kingsman. Some of the gadgets and things that Bond uses, most people don't realize this. That kind of stuff is very much so real. It's very old technology, which is kind of crazy to think about. It's okay, if exploding pins and things like that are old technology, then what in the world is new technology? And I mean, we know it's real technology because we've seen, like, obviously Israel and the pagers, so we know that kind of technology is real.
Yeah.
It's just like, that's old technology. And even Israel with the pagers, they even said that technology was old. They were like, yeah, we had to use old technology, blah, blah, blah. Whether you support Israel or not, that's besides the point. It's scary, the fact that technology exists. And it's like, okay, if the stuff in James Bond is real and it's old, then what do we have now? But either way, it's like some of those aspects, and also the more political aspects of James Bond, I find to be more realistic than the political aspects of the Kingsman movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just think that some of the ways that the governments are run and the interactions between different governments and things like that are just more realistic,
Yeah.
Especially like when you watch Casino Royale with Daniel Craig, when Bond and Felix Leiter from the CIA meet and they're talking to each other and stuff. Those kinds of interactions just seem a little bit more realistic in the Bond stuff than they do in the Kingsman movies.
I feel like there's a movie that Henry Cavill played in.
The Argon?
No, it was like, I think it was called British or something.
Or Argyle? Argyle. I think that's what it is. Look up Argyle. I'm pretty sure that's what his stuff was. Stopped. I can do this. Argyle, Henry Cavill. Yeah.
It's not that one. It was another one. It's a different one.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, Uncle.
Oh, yeah, Uncle.
Yeah.
That's actually good, too. I think that's a lot more like James Bond.
Thought that was Tyler for a second.
I did, too. Yeah, I think that's a lot more like James Bond.
Yeah.
I
like that movie.
Than the King.
I haven't seen that one that you were talking about. Didn't that just come out recently?
Yeah, it did. It's alright. It's not my favorite. Okay, so do you have a favorite, like, Bond theme song?
I have a favorite Bond theme song. I feel like, I guess I just say, I guess I do, yeah. Beginning song when it first starts with Daniel Craig.
Which Daniel Craig movie, though?
All the same theme song, I think.
No. It's like, the whole point is that every single Bond movie has their own theme song.
I swear all of Dan Craig, I swear they all have the same one.
No. Like, okay, there is the James Bond theme, which is the down da 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 da, the ba da 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 down down down. That's the James Bond theme. Okay, but I'm talking about the movie theme. Like, each of the James Bond movies have their own theme. I can't believe that you didn't know this. Golly, how can we be friends?
Because I don't really pay attention to the theme. I just watch the movie for action.
No, like,
it's not really.
Like,
some movies I watch for, like, actual stories.
For instance, like, we were just talking about No Time to Die.
Mm-hmm.
The theme for No Time to Die, the name of the song is called No Time to Die, and it's by Billie Eilish and Phineas, her brother.
Yeah, I don't listen to Billie Eilish. I didn't even know that was her.
Then, it's really good. And then, like, Skyfall, Adele's Skyfall.
Yeah.
Spectre had Sam Smith's Writings on the Wall, which is a good song. Then you have the Goldfinger song. You have Live and Let Die, which was Paul McCartney and the Wings.
Yeah.
Like, you have all of these different, You Only Live Twice, Diamonds Are Forever. Actually, I think Diamonds Are Forever, there was some sort of Louis Armstrong song in that one. I could be wrong. It may have been a different one, but I'm pretty sure it's Diamonds Are Forever. And then there's From Russia with Love, Thunderball. I don't know. There's all kinds of different. View to a Kill is kind of a fun song.
Never heard it.
Oh, well, I know what we're going to be doing. Yeah, you probably have. View to a Kill is a really cool song. But yeah, do you have favorite song out of like, no?
I don't like really pay attention, but besides the theme song when it first comes on, the intro song. Other than that, I black out.
That is the intro song, though. That's what I'm saying.
The James Bond song is like, automatically.
No. Like, they incorporate the James Bond theme song into each of those
songs?
Yeah.
I really have not noticed it. I don't really watch the intros. Like, I've never went to the movies and saw James Bond, so I just skip the intro.
Yeah, you're one of those kinds of guys.
I'm not patient. Like, that gives me time to just get up and walk away and just grab some food or something, go to the microwave.
Oh my!
Because it takes like 5 minutes.
Oh my goodness!
I'm not sitting there 5 minutes listening to this music, man. I can't help
it. Okay, so when you watch, this will determine whether we stay friends or not. When you watch The Sopranos, do you skip the intro song to The Sopranos or no?
I mean, last night we didn't.
No, we didn't. That's 'cause I had control of the remote.
I mean, I didn't skip it when I first watched the first season.
Okay.
Oh, the first
Okay,
episode.
so we can remain friends then.
I mean, I don't really have a problem with it. It just seems really mellow and laid back for me. So
Yeah.
like, yeah,
No,
I can listen to it. But like,
okay.
James Bond, that thing is like 5 minutes long, man. Like, dang.
That's like part of the movie, though. That's part of the experience.
Part of the movie and tell me who
James
directed
Bond.
it and this and that and such and such. I'm like, I don't want to know right now. I don't care. So I just get up and walk away. Or I just skip it.
Golly, man, I can't believe you. That's
Man,
great.
some things just doesn't need to be looked
I
at for
hope
me.
there's a lot of hate for you in the comments right now.
Never.
That's wild. Oh
Certain
my
movies,
gosh.
I just skip the intro. This is all. Even for shows, I skip the intro. Certain shows. It all depends.
That's crazy. That's so crazy.
I mean, I really haven't been listening to music like that.
Alright.
Just
Well,
overall.
Okay, do you listen to movie soundtracks, like, by themselves?
Yeah,
Ever?
like Ratatouille, I like that one. Like, we talked about this before.
Oh, yeah, we jammed Ratatouille one
I
night.
like the Ratatouille's soundtrack. What else? I did say I like the Star Wars, like the Harry Potter soundtrack. I like the Cars.
Okay, so you do listen to the
Yeah.
soundtrack. You'll, like, every once in a while,
Yeah, I
you're
like-
in that
yeah.
mood, you just put on...
I'll find that soundtrack of that movie and just play it.
I found my Cars. So I've got a couple more vinyl that I got when I was back home.
Yeah.
And so me and my dad and brother went to the store and looked at some vinyl and comics and stuff. And so I grabbed this vinyl, and I was putting some of the ones that I got when I was back home, and I found my Cars vinyl that has the Cars soundtrack on it. It has like Lightning McQueen on the front and Tomato on the back, and I was literally thinking of you and my cousin Jonathan, and I was like, yeah, this would be something that, like, if the three of us were together, we would have this playing, and we would just be jamming out to this kind of stuff.
Cars has one of the best soundtracks.
It really does.
Especially Cars one.
It's just got some great hits. And, like, John Mayer's cover of, I think it was Route 66 and things like that. They're great. They're really, really great.
Route 66 was a great song in there.
Yeah. And I was just like, I don't know. I really like that soundtrack. It's a great soundtrack.
Cars 2 was alright. I mean, Cars 2 soundtrack was okay.
Yeah, Cars. Speaking of Cars too, that's back to like the whole James Bond thing.
Yeah, that's the James Bond thing for sure.
Yeah,
And Cars 3, just Lightning McQueen getting old.
yeah.
I need-
Okay, so supposedly they're going to be making a Cars 4.
They need to.
I don't know how I feel about a Cars 4.
I just need to
As
see Lightning
much-
McQueen back.
Yeah, okay, well, I thought about that. There's this chick that I saw on Instagram, and she posed the thought of having, instead of a Lightning McQueen movie, having a Doc Hudson Origin Stories movie. Tell me that wouldn't go hard. I mean, that would be so cool. That
Yeah.
would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. You know it would be cool.
Doc Hudson stuff, I just...
I mean,
just having the background knowledge of Doc Hudson, then at the end of the movie, they should just show where...
it would have the crash. It would end the movie with the crash.
I don't think they should end the movie with the crash, but I feel like they should end that movie where Lightning McQueen busts into Radiator Springs.
Oh, that would be.
That would be that. Then
Okay,
you, then
so-
you can start that off with
so
Cars
what if
1,
they-
2, and 3.
What if they had the crash, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it skips,
All the way to-
cutscene, and then it shows
The part where-
Doc Hudson in this small town, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, which is Radiator Springs, and it's kind of a, him just living life there.
Yeah.
And then you have, McQueen just being chased by the sheriff, and that would be cool.
I like that.
That would be so cool. Like, you just kind of skip, you know, a little bit between the crash and McQueen, you know, just to cover, because you don't really need all of that story. But it would be cool to have a little bit of, like, how, like, Doc found Radiator Springs, and then, like, obviously his racing era and stuff, because we learned more about the Doc Hudson racing era in Cars 3. So, like, you know, we're not completely clueless about it, but we're not, completely filled in. So,
I mean, but then, since you're saying that, I feel like people wouldn't want to see a Cars 3 if, like, we had that, made Cars 4 with Doc Hudson, since we already had that background knowledge of Doc Hudson a little bit.
I mean,
Cars 3.
Remember, because the Doc is gone
Yeah.
in Cars 3, so you wouldn't have him in Cars 4 either way.
Yeah, I'm talking about, like, they made a background of, like, say it's called Cars 4, Doc Hudson's, like,
I don't think it would be Cars 4. I just think it would be, like, Doc Hudson or something. Or the Hornet Hudson. It would have to be, like, the Hornet Hudson movie or something. It couldn't be...
That wouldn't even have to be... That wouldn't even be a part of Cars, really.
It would really be
its own
like
thing.
Its own prequel movie, you know?
Because, I mean, they got, like, a bunch of, like, Cars, like, animated shows right now.
Yeah. Something like that, but like a movie, you know? Something serious and good.
Yeah, they got a Mater series, I think, show, whatever.
There are a couple different Mater. I remember on the DVDs, like, when that was the big thing, they had, oh gosh, what was it? They had the bonus disc or whatever, and it would have, like, Mater's Ghost Light and things like that. I remember those. And I remember watching those, like, when I was really little. Especially, like, 3rd grade?
Yeah.
Because I would go to my mom's classroom because she taught, and it was, like, after school, and there would be nothing else to do. And I would have my homework done, and she was like, here, be quiet, watch a movie. So it was like I watched Cars and Robots. I don't know how many different times I watched Robots.
Nice little Corvette.
That's like the 2nd time we've seen that Corvette today. Or 3rd time.
I ain't seen it.
I've seen it multiple times today.
That's
It's not
nice.
a bad thing.
I like it. I like the pop-out headlights.
Okay, I think the pop-out headlights are so cool. However, I like the look of the 80s Vets and the looks of the ones from 2010 to now. The 90s to 2010s just... I don't know. The 90s and 2000s just aren't all that, in my opinion. Like, that just doesn't seem as cool. But that does look a little bit more like Lightning McQueen. Talking about that. For those who don't know, Lightning McQueen is supposed to be the combination of a Corvette and a Dodge Viper. Honestly, the animators did a pretty good job of combining the two.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a lot of snow.
Yes.
Alright, good peoples. Well, I don't know. Do you have anything else for today?
Nope. Sunday. Really just still trying to wake up, get ready for these football games to come on.
You been watching any football?
No, ain't no football to watch. Besides the championship for college, which is over.
You been listening to music recently?
I've been listening to a bit of everything, really. R&B, rap, Christian.
Oh, yeah,
country.
we have, we finally put together the playlist that we've been talking about, our late night vibe playlist. We put that together actually before Christmas, before we went on Christmas break, and then I forgot to post it. So we're going to be posting that pretty soon. So be on the lookout for that. That'll be really cool. And then, what else is there? Is there anything else? Oh, yeah, we've got a couple other playlists that we've got up on our Spotify page. So if you follow us on Spotify, you may be able to see what we listen to, hopefully. I hope that's how that works. I don't know. We'll figure that out for you guys. Yeah. Comments, whether you guys think the Doc Hudson origin story movie would be, like, cool or not. And if so, how they should start, and really how they should end the Doc Hudson origin story movie. I mean, I think that would be so cool. to do that. So yeah, comment that. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you don't have anything else to do, you can feel free to hate on everything that we say or love on all of it, and leave it in the comments and let us know what you hate and what you don't hate.
I need to rack up on my haters anyway, so please hate on it.
Yeah, go ahead. We love it. It's a challenge for us.
I need to rack up
so yeah, have a good rest of the day, good peoples, and good week, and thanks for tuning in. Until next week.
My gosh.